Hello everybody, how are you? Hello everybody, how are you? It is time to start our day. It is time to work and play. Hello everybody, how are you? Hi guys, welcome to Spider Day. Today we're going to learn about spiders and what makes something a spider, and then we're going to see a few crafts we can do and play a game and compare a spider to an insect. Do you think that spiders and insects are the same? They're not. There's a few differences, and we're going to learn about those. But first, we're going to start out with what's called a non-fiction book. A non-fiction book is a book that tells us true information. Instead of just telling us a story, which is what a fiction book would be, this one is a non-fiction book. It's called Spiders, and there's a really cool cool looking spider on the front there. Let's learn a little bit about spiders, and then we'll talk some more. What has 8 legs, fangs, and hair all over? Is it a monster? No, it's a spider. Some of us are afraid of creepy crawly spiders, but most spiders can't hurt people. Spiders live in deserts and rainforests. They live on mountains and plains. They live on beaches and in caves. Spiders live almost everywhere. Spiders can be big or small. They can be brown or black. Some spiders are red, orange, green, or yellow. They may come in different colors, but all spiders have 8 legs. And they all have 2 main body parts, a head and an abdomen. So here's their head right here. And this is their abdomen. And then let's count their legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All spiders are meat eaters. Most spiders eat insects. Some spiders eat bigger animals like fish, snakes, lizards, or frogs. Sometimes spiders even eat each other. Let's see, this one is eating an insect. Can you see the little insect he's got in his mouth there? But check this spider out. How big do you think he has to be eating a frog? Yikes. That would be a big spider that I would not want to encounter. Spiders have fangs that hold venom. Venom kills the prey or keeps it from moving. So prey is an animal that is eaten by other animals. But spiders don't have teeth to chew their food. They suck the liquids out of their prey. Yummy. Most spiders have 8 eyes, but they can't see very well, so they need more than their eyes to catch their dinner. Some hairs on a spider's legs sense movement. A spider feels an insect caught in its web. It's dinner time. Different spiders make different webs. Orb webs have a circle pattern. Funnel webs are built like tubes. That's the one up on top. Tangle webs or cobwebs are a jumble of threads. And trapdoor spider webs cover a spider's home in the ground. Isn't that interesting? Not all spiders make webs though, but all spiders do make silk. They wrap their eggs in silk. They wrap their prey in silk too. Spiders even travel by silk. They use it like a rope. Spiders climb down to different places, or they let the wind carry them. Check out these really cool spiders from all over the world. Wow, this one's called the bolus spider, that white one. This is a Goliath bird eater tarantula. It's so big, it says, that it can eat young birds. And it lives in a continent called South America. We've been talking about North America. Another time we'll get to South America, and that's where that one lives. And then this is the black widow spider. It is the most poisonous spider in North America. And sometimes it even eats its mate, its husband or its wife. This one's called the Brazilian wandering spider, a jumping spider. I don't like the sound of that. Darwin's bark spider, and a wolf spider. Look at all those cool spiders. So many different types. Big or small, all spiders start out as eggs. A mother spider protects her eggs in an egg sac. You see that this part here is the egg sac. And these little, they look like little jelly balls, those are the actual spider eggs. She may keep the egg sac safe on a web, under a leaf, or in a log. She may carry her egg sac with her too. So now you can see a picture of the egg sac up here. It just looks like a little hard something in the woods, doesn't it? A little hard something you might encounter, but that has spider eggs in it. Wow, take a look at that. That's a lot of baby spiders. The spider eggs hatch. Baby spiders crawl out to meet the world. They are called spiderlings. Almost makes them sound cute, doesn't it? Spiders are helpful to have around. Their silk is super strong. It's light and stretchy. People are finding new ways to use spider silk. This is fabric that was made from it. Spiders also eat biting bugs such as mosquitoes. That's when we really like them. Let's hear it for spiders. Hooray! These pictures show up close-up views of spidery things. Let's see if we can decide what they are. Okay, what's this one, do you think? That was a web. Do you remember what kind of web that was? We learned about different kinds. That was the orb web. How about this? You know what those are? Those are some of its 8 legs. That's a lot of legs. Now, what do you think those are? Those are its eyes. Do you remember how many eyes a spider has? It has 8. Look at all of my eyes in here. Those are 8. What else do we have here? Oh, how about this last one? We'll do this one for our last one. What's that? Do you remember? That was the egg sac. That's right. All the spider eggs are in there. Do you remember what baby spiders are called? They're called spiderlings. So that was a nonfiction book that taught us about spiders. Later, we'll read just a fun fiction book that is just a story, just a fun little story about spiders. So we learned today that spiders have 8. Can you show me 8? You can do 4 and 4. You can do 5 and 3. Spiders have 8 legs. They have 4 on one side and they have 4 on the other. And they also have 8 eyes. So if we always think sometimes we just call them bugs, spiders, flying mosquitoes and flies and bees and stuff, but they have differences. There are spiders and there are insects. Let's take a quick look and see what some of the differences are. Let's take a peek at this. This says spiders versus insects. On the top is a picture of a spider's body, and on the bottom is a picture of an insect's body. Let's see what the differences are. In our book, like we just said, we learned that spiders have 8 legs. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so there was 8. How many legs does an insect have? Let's take a count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They only have 6 legs. Now you might think that these are legs, but they're not. On an insect, they're antennae. On the spider, they don't have antennas. Instead, they have fangs. So that's another difference. The amount of legs they have is different, and a spider has fangs and an insect has antennas. That's another different thing. The amount of eyes they have is different as well. A spider has, we said, 8 eyes. An insect only has 2, like us. We have 1, 2, but a spider has a lot more than that. Let's see what else is different. How many body parts does a spider have? It has 1, 2 body parts. It has a head and an abdomen. The insect has 1, 2, 3. It has an extra one. It also has a head. They each have heads. It has an abdomen. They each have abdomens. But the insect gets this added piece. It has this piece here called a thorax. So those are some of the differences there between insects and spiders. Now let's talk about some of the cool things that spiders do. In our book, we read that most spiders, but not all, make webs. And the circular ones like this or like this one are called an orb web. Do you remember what it said that spiders do with their webs? It catches stuff like mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are insects that bite us in the summertime, and they can carry diseases. So that's a good thing. We want the spider webs to catch those. I have a game we're going to play here. I have a spider web, and I'm going to throw some insects at it, and I'm going to see if it can catch it. You ready? Let's see if my insects get caught by the spider web. You ready? Yay! I caught one. Let me try another one. Oh, that one didn't get caught. Let's try this one. I caught a couple of insects in my spider web. You can make this game at home too. All it is tape with the sticky side facing this way. And I used pom-poms as my insects, but you can find something also to make and use as insects and see how many insects you can catch in your spider web. Now, speaking of spider webs, you can make spider webs today too if you'd like to. I started one here. I took a plate and I painted it. I chose to paint mine. I painted it black. You can use markers. You can do another color if you'd like. Then, this was the fun part. Then I took my scissors and I went along the edge and I just made some snips. I'm going to do it on this side so maybe you can see. I just went in a little bit. I didn't go in very far, just a little snip with my scissors. Then I did it all the way around. I took some yarn and I just started going into the slits. Here's a slit. So I put my yarn right in there and then I go across, and the hard part is finding the slits. I find another slit and I put it in there and I go back and forth and weave, and I made a spider web. Now I have some spiders here that I can put in my web. Let me grab a spider and I can stick him right here in my web. If I want to, I can also stick them under. I can really get my web going, stick them under, and then I can take some tongs and I could try to catch him and take him out. He's hard to catch because he's little, but I can take him out with my tongs. So you can make a spider web game. You can make a spider web plate. How about marshmallow spider webs? If you have big or little marshmallows, I only have big ones at home, you can take them and you can use toothpicks to connect them. Let's see here. What if I did one like this? And then I could connect and I could keep going and I can make a spider web with marshmallows and toothpicks. That's something else you could do today. If you wanted to make some spiders, you can see I made one out of some paper. I put 8 eyes and 8 legs on them. You could do that. I tried to make one out of a pumpkin. I will show you. It didn't go very well, but I'll still show you. Maybe you can try it. I tried painting my pumpkin and then I put eyes on him, but look what happened. My paint is coming off. So you guys can try that though. I was going to try to put some legs on him with pipe cleaners. I was going to see if I could stick him on, but like I said, my paint's coming off. His eye came off. So I'm going to put him to the side. But if you want to try that, that's something that you could do. Let me think. You could also use maybe if you have a button for a round body. There's his abdomen. And then I have a smaller one that I could attach to be his head. And then I can use toothpicks again. I can get small paper or pipe cleaners, and I can make a spider out of buttons. But you can do that today. You can go make some spiders, go make some spider webs, have some fun. Something else that's a lot of fun is to take some yarn, or maybe if you have some jump ropes or something like that, and with your grown-ups' permission, use them and put them across the furniture. Tie them from one chair to the next, and make kind of a spiderweb maze that you could try to crawl through, crawl under, crawl over. But be careful because it can trip you up a little bit. But that's a fun way to be active with spiders today. Like I said, we read a fiction book, a nonfiction book. Now I want to finish our day with one fiction story. This is a fun one, and maybe you've read a book that's similar to this one. This one's called Diary of a Spider. Has anybody ever read Diary of a Worm? If you have, raise your hand. All right. The worm is in this book. So if you've read that one, you're going to get to see the worm here in just a minute. A diary is something where people write down kind of like what they did that day. You can sit down at the end of the day with a book and some paper, and you can write down about your life and what you did. Well, our spider friend here is keeping a diary about what he does. So we're going to get to read that a little bit. And it always starts off with the date. So for example, right now, today is Wednesday, October 28th. So if I were writing in my diary tonight, I would write that first, that it was October 28th, and I might write that it was Wednesday. So let's see when Spider's diary starts. His started on March 1st. Today was Grandparents' Day at school, so I brought Grandpa with me. He taught us 3 things. Spiders are not insects. We know that. Insects have how many legs? That's right, they have 6 legs. Without spiders, insects could take over the world. Butterflies taste better with a little barbecue sauce. March 16th. Grandpa says that in his day, flies and spiders did not get along. Things are different now. This is awesome. See, we got the spider and there's his silk, and his friend Fly is holding the silk and helping him fly. March 29th. Today in gym class, we learned how to catch the wind so we could travel to faraway places. When I got home, I made up flashcards so I could practice. Step 1, climb high. Step 2, release silk. Step 3, catch the wind. Fly made up her own flashcard. Step 1, fly. I'm starting to see why Grandpa doesn't like her. April 1st. We went to the park to play with my sister today. We tried the seesaw. It didn't work. Why do you think the seesaw didn't work? They've got a spider on this side and on that side. I think they were just too light, weren't they? They need to be a little bit heavier to make that seesaw go up and down. We tried the tire swing. It didn't work. We spun a huge sticky web on the water fountain. That worked. She says, eek! April 12th. Today was safety day at school. We learned that vacuums eat spider webs and are very, very dangerous. If we hear a vacuum, we should stop, drop, and run. It says stop what we're doing, drop from the web, and run like crazy. April 13th. We had a vacuum drill today. You know how we have fire drills at school sometimes? They have vacuum drills. I stopped what I was doing, forgot where I was going, and ran screaming from the room, help! We're having another drill tomorrow. April 17th. I'm sleeping over at Worm's house tonight. I hope they don't have leaves and rotten tomatoes for dinner again. More leaves, Spider? May 7th. Mom said I was getting too big for my own skin, so I molted. Worm said, that is so gross. Do you know what molting is? He got too big for his skin, so his old skin came off and he grows a new one. May 8th. Today was show and tell, so I brought my old skin. Can you figure out which one is his old skin? Take a look at all of those spiders sitting in class. One of them isn't a spider. It's his old skin. Let's see. I think it might be this one right there. Does that look like it might not have a real spider inside of it still? My teacher called on my old skin to lead the Pledge of Allegiance. June 5th. Daddy Longlegs made fun of Fly because she eats with her feet. Now she won't come out of her tree house. Look at Fly. She looks so sad. I'm going to find him and give him a piece of my mind. Her friend Spider's angry. June 6th. I found Daddy Longlegs. He's a lot bigger than I thought he was. I gave him a piece of my lunch. June 7th. Fly's treehouse blew away in the wind today. Uh-oh, so did Grandpa. Ah. June 18th. I got a postcard from Grandpa today. Dear Spider, ooh la la, I landed in Paris. French bugs are delicious. Au revoir, Grandpa. June 30th. Grandpa came home today. I couldn't wait to hear about how he rode the winds all the way over the ocean. Turns out he caught a breeze to the airport and napped in first class. Not a bad way to go. July 2nd. Fly came over to play today. She got stuck in our web and her mom had to come get her. Grandpa laughed a little too hard. From now on, we have to play at Fly's house. Oh, gotta turn our book. July 9th. Today was my birthday. Grandpa decided I was old enough to know the secret to a long, happy life. Never, ever fall asleep in a shoe. You imagine if you fell asleep in the shoe and a foot came in? July 16th. Things I scare. Fly's mom. Tiny bugs. People using water fountains at the park. July 17th. Things that scare me. Daddy Longlegs, vacuums, and people with big feet. No! August 1st. I wish that people wouldn't judge all spiders based on the few spiders that bite. I know if we took the time to get to know each other, we would get along just fine. Just like me and Fly. That's a great story. Spiders and flies aren't supposed to get along, but those two did. And like he said, if we all just took the time, then maybe we could all get along as well. Go have some spider fun today. Maybe you could draw a picture of a spider and an insect. And don't forget, if you do, spiders get 8 legs, insects only get 6. Spiders get 8 eyes, and insects only get 2. You can make a game with a spider web. You can make a spider web. You can make a spider. Go have a fun spider day, and I will see you next time.